Ron Mark.
Speaker. I rise with a couple of things on mind, Mr. Speaker. Firstly, very conscious of the time of the evening and the fact that if we can get to a vote, then we will make progress for some other lucky person with their private member's bill on the order paper as well, which would be a really good thing. This is a very short bill. The other thing I'm very conscious of is that this bill, which New Zealand First supports, and we congratulate the Honourable Ruth Dyson in her fortune in getting this legislation drawn from the lotto, the Parliamentary Private Members Bill lottery, we can go further than that, Mr. Speaker, to congratulate her on the thought that she's put into this particular issue. We know it's been around for a while. We know that there is a simple anomaly. Looking at the bill, it's only 1.5 pages. It basically deals with the definition, and by doing that, makes it possible for some superannuants to get a little bit of relief on the charges that they are incurring in the premises that they occupy in these retired villages. I think we would say this, Mr. Speaker, pretty much everything that needs to be said about the bill has been said, so we will not traverse that rotary hoe, that paddock again. What I will say is why New Zealand First supports initiatives such as this, and I think we couldn't do better than to refer the House to the media release from Statistics New Zealand yesterday, which highlights the plight that our elderly people, our superannuants, are suffering right now. In the light of the fact that their overall costs have increased 19%, when they're looking at typical spending patterns, this is more than double the rate of inflation experienced by New Zealand's highest spenders. That's the first paragraph. When we compare, we also look at the fact that these same people are being hit with a double whammy with a reduced income through reduced interest on their savings and investments, if they indeed have any. When we also look at the cuts that have been made to the Super Gold Card and the extra fees that have been levied back on them, it just seems like there is one thing being piled on top of the other for superannuants at this point in time. We're not happy with that in New Zealand First, and this legislation provides some relief, alleviates some pressure for those people who are the New Zealanders who built this nation, sir. They are the people who've contributed to developing this nation and giving us the privilege of the lifestyles that we lead. We do have a debt and an obligation, a social obligation to those people, and this little piece of legislation is one simple way in which we can make a difference to their lives and compensate them rightfully, because they are, no matter what the government members might think, they are indeed paying an element of rates in the fees that they're paying, compensate them in some way for that. So we'll just conclude by saying to the Honourable Ruth Dyson, well done. We'll also be supporting you through the Select Committee, and I look forward to reporting back positively at the second reading and advancing to a third.